Hi everyone, it's Liam here from Rating the Races. So this is part 3 of the horses that have caught my eye and how they've done since. So the first one was Plan of Attack. He's obviously not run since, finishing 4th in the cross country where he made so many mistakes and yet still finished a close 4th. A bit more experience over those fences and I think he can certainly go well at the festival. Second horse is City Derby. City Derby caught our eye when going all round the outside at Cheltenham. City Derby actually has an entry this week on Saturday in a 2-mile handicap at Sandown. Paddy Brennan takes the ride, and I don't expect them to give away as much ground, and I certainly think City Derby can go very close here. I thought the amount of ground he gave away at Cheltenham, and yet he then didn't finish that far behind. So he's definitely interesting at the weekend. Just the Man has run since he finished 5th at Cheltenham in the same race. He finished 3rd at Kempton. It wasn't a bad effort. He finished behind the well-backed favourite Timberman for Fergal O'Brien and Paso Doble for Paul Nicholls. Now, I believe Paso Doble is still ahead of his mark for Paul Nicholls. I do really like Paso Doble, and to be beaten by Timberman, I didn't think that was a bad effort at all. So for Just the Man to finish 3rd, I don't think it was bad at all, and I do think they can find a race for Just the Man very soon. The next one I'll talk about is Benson. We obviously highlighted Benson as a horse to follow this year. He was a little bit disappointing at Cheltenham over 2 mile 5, but did travel arguably as well as the winner for most of the race. They drop him back in distance. They go back to 2 miles. They go back to Sandown on Saturday for the, what's it called this year? The Betfair Daily Rewards December Handicap Hurdle. It's a listed handicap. They won it last year. I know he's higher in the weights this year, but I don't think he's anywhere near his peak rating yet. And hopefully he will take all the rating again on Saturday. Yorksea hasn't run since finishing 3rd in a juvenile hurdle at Cheltenham. I said the Fred Winter is where I expect to see Yorksea. Simply the Bets actually runs in the many clouds at the weekend, which will be gutting for me if it goes too well. I thought he ran a great race, finishing 6th in the Paddy Power Gold Cup. When just getting tired late on, he hadn't run for 1 day short of a year. Got tired. The horses all around him that went forward, there was 4 of them that kind of made the pace. 3 of them have had a run. Simply the Bets had not. I really hope that he runs okay, but doesn't win it, because I think he's a fantastic bet for the Caspian Caviar Gold Cup back at Cheltenham. I mean, he's getting giving away weight, to horses. He's rated, his official rating is 153, but like Native Rivers rated 166, Tiger Roll 65, Imperial Laurel 161. Off 153, if they got beat and he dropped another couple of pounds and ended up 150, for example, for the Caspian Caviar, I'd be very, very keen on him. But I'm really hoping he doesn't win. Surely he can't beat. He's a good horse, but is he a graded horse, which probably Protectorat, Native River still is, and Imperial Laura probably is as well. So hopefully he just runs a decent race without winning. Bonte has now been priced up for the champion bumper at Cheltenham. I think you can get 25s about Bonte. I thought that was a very impressive effort at Cheltenham, but she hasn't run since. The next 3 all run at the weekend in a handicap at let me just look, Navan. It's a decent handicap as well. It's 60,000 euros for the winner. Dallas to Picton, Miles Harper and Volcano all run in that after finishing 2nd, 5th and 6th in a 3-mile handicap at Punchestown. Now, that was a qualifier for the Pertemps final. For Dallas to Picton obviously was given a ride that they thought they were going to win it, or he was trying to hold him back and couldn't. Miles Harper I didn't think stayed the trip, and Volcano I thought was being aimed at a decent handicap. This is, let me just check on So this is worth 60 grand, 60,000 euros to the winner. Last time it was only 12.6, so this is worth going for. So Dallas to Picton, Volcano, I do expect to go very close. Mars Harper, I'd love to see just fade again at the finish, because hopefully we can pick up a 2.5 mile race with Mars Harper. Tritonic hasn't run since finishing 5th in the Greatwood Hurdle. I do think they can find a race for Tritonic soon. Black Lion has since run after finishing 5th at Bangor and dropping in the handicap. He obviously won a Veterans yesterday and was chased home by ASO, who finished 13th in the Paddy Power and dropped in the handicap. Monsieur Leco, I've highlighted a race for Sandown. We obviously, some of these are relatively recent, so they haven't had time to have another run. Boston, they have spoken about the Betfair Exchange Trophy, which is at Ascot, which is a handicap. They've said if the ground comes up soft, he can certainly run in that, because they think on soft ground he's better than what he's been showing. If he comes up soft and he runs in a handicap, I'd be very, very keen on Goshen, to be honest. And the last 3, Botox Haas, Wood, and Itchy Feet have all not run since being added or highlighted in some of my blogs. So I just thought I'd go over all, in the last 3 videos, all of the horses that I've highlighted, how they've done, whether to still be interested in them. I don't think I actually crossed out any, did I? That I was no longer interested in. Just reading some of my notes. No, not really. So hopefully, over the next month or so, these can start winning some races for us, and we can, because they've lost, they're going to be a bit bigger price than they should be, because people look at form figures rather than the actual form. So a horse that finishes 7th is generally bigger than a horse that won last time out, when the horse who won last time out might have been winning a class 4, and the horse who finished 7th ran in a grade 1. But we don't mind that, because we get better prices about some of our selections. So that's my 3 videos done. We got 5 or 6 running over the next couple of days. I'm just going to submit my naps for the nap competition, which are 3 of the horses that I've highlighted for in these videos: Manuel, Champagne Well, and Pillion. Good luck if you have any bets over the next few days. Fingers crossed for some winners.